Hey, Woody, are you all right, bro? Is this always your personality when you're talking to people?
Not all.
Other than that, though, you are really giving a Daniel Day-Lewis level performance for the past 6 years of being a crazy person on the internet. Because that's like, it's so believable that we're all really in tune with the internet on this show, to the point that we'll be like, that's a troll, that's not a troll, that's fake, that's real. Watching your channel, it's like, oh, okay, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. And then you'll upload 400 videos of 30 seconds with nonsensical titles and just bizarre assumptions in the content. And it's like, okay, well, where are we at now? Like, if that's your goal, you're puzzling people exactly the way you want to.
I don't even know where they get this from.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, it was perfect. See, he responded to me saying he was a little bit sane by saying, "Oh, you know, whatever," and then he drank some glue. Like, it's.
It's like a Chris Farley kind of Jim Carrey, like Will Ferrell. It doesn't matter if you're at a high school prom or whatever. You're the one dipping your head in that punch bowl. You're the one taking everybody's emotions and just ripping them out of their souls and snapping them back when I say, "Just kidding." I don't know what it is.
His
Do I even
mind
have
doesn't.
to wear these?
If you don't want to,
I don't know how you're hearing me.
Watch this strip. You can see him in here.
Let's see. He's
I'm not going to. Hold on.
In his mouth.
So for people listening audio only, he's taken his iPhone pods and he's swallowing them. They're going to go down his throat, it would seem, and I'm guessing he'll pull them back up and recover them.
No, it's going just as planned.
There appears to be.
I can't do that with
glue in
the
his
throat.
mouth.
You got to have a clear path.
What was it you were trying to do? Swallow it and then.
No, I can put an earbud right down here and I'll show it to you through my esophagus. You got to get up close. You can see it and then I pull it back out. And if it just breaks off the end, it just goes down like a tampon losing its string.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We all know that. Aside from pot, what drugs are you on lately?
Just weed, bro. I quit the pills.
Honest?
No opiates, no alcohol. It's just marijuana.
Are you feeling a lot better? Like, healthier?
Oh, without a doubt. I like I said, I work out. I did my first chin up and the fucking group went crazy. But these guys are professional fighters, and I can't announce where I'm at in a gym because haters will just order pizzas to their place and just destroy their delivery service. I mean, there's some evil dudes out there. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
They've destroyed people's lives. They've gotten, like, the guy that made a website for me, they called his work and literally they said, "We're sorry, you're a great employee, but we can't have this and we can't change our number." And they've gotten people fired over YouTube.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love
Let's watch this video. So this is a 2-minute clip from Fear Factor. I love Fear Factor. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan and all the things he does. So it's fun to go back and get a little nostalgic view of Fear Factor back in the day, because if you don't remember, toward the later seasons, it got really fucking gross and nasty. So this video is called Donkey Juice.
You could have absolutely won every single Fear Factor if you had gone out.
And especially in the competitive scene with the I just go 10 times over. I mean, I'm like, really? That was like a show I watched and always wanted to be on, but it kind of came out when I was, doing things in life where I wasn't really looking at that. It wasn't no YouTube around or whatever, but new Fear Factor. I'm going to be on the next America's Got Talent in the trial stage. I was supposed to be on this year, but another guy beat me out in the eating category, and they banged him out. And the dude came back because an intern brought it to a person, and now he went from one show where I was on to AGT, and he goes, "Dude, do stand-up comedy. I guarantee you'll go past the whole meeting everybody in the audience, and you'll be itinerary right to semifinals before they go in front of the judges. So many rounds, but I'm going to put it together, a good stand-up comedy routine, rip on the judges the first time, and at least get to the semifinals." Cut me there. I got 100,000 YouTube subscribers from it, but we don't care about subscribers. It's about TV and internet spots that are in Syndication forever, guys. I know I sound like a Looney Tune, but just stick with me and everything will be fine, Woody. And I don't know if you got all the questions you wanted out today, but I gotta just say goodbye, and I'll come back some other day.
Time to go?
Yeah.
It's a sad goodbye. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's not goodbye. It's farewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to come back, because if Harley gets all these chances, so do I. And I'm a little nervous today, and I know I can come back and calm
next
down and talk like a human being. Scout's honor.
Yes. Well, you want to tell everybody where they can find you everywhere online?
Yeah, I'm Shoenice on YouTube. Shoenice, like a nice shoe backwards. Hey, Woody, are you all right, bro? Is this always your personality when you're talking to people?
Not always. No, I feel like you're really perplexing me, man. Like I don't know.
Sparky, come here.
See, this is an example. Your attention span doesn't last long enough to put like plates and forks and knives on a dinner
That's what I tell
table.
all my ex-girlfriends. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't sit in a movie for more than 10 minutes. I'm going to the bar next door.
I haven't seen you on one topic for more than 30 seconds. It's amazing to me. How does a human exist with like a goldfish attention span?
I know, it's kind of crazy, man.
Kinda.
But that's what I mean, bro. Stick with me and you'll see the whole master plan when it comes to an end, bro.
Uh-huh. In 10
I appreciate
years?
your time, and I'm going to leave you here.
All right.
Thank you for having me on, and thank you for the glue.
My pleasure.
Thank us for the glue at the end. That's interesting.
Okay, that's the quietest I've been for the first, like, how long have we been doing the show? Hour and a half?
It was hard to get anything in.
There was no reason to try and break in, because that was just interesting stuff, in the same way that, like, looking through a book of Ripley's Believe It or Not is interesting. Like, you're like, oh man, I would never want fucking toes like that guy, but that's pretty neat. Like, listening to the way he thinks, and see, I said this while you were gone, Kyle, I think, is that he couldn't be fully crazy because he has too many prepared jokes and is intentionally funny too often.
Yeah.
That sure. If he were actually, like, Chiz thinks he's actually, like, for real crazy. Yeah, I think that Chiz will change his mind after watching this.
Yeah, I think so too. He is bizarre and funny though. That was interesting. And he told more bad jokes than good ones, which I also liked.
I like that. I'm gonna be that's the kind of, like, interview. Which, first of all, I fucking love how he framed it as us all just wanting to interview him. Where he's next question, next question, keep it going. But oh man, I'm gonna be like 4 years from now. I'm just gonna start thinking about that and be like, God, what the fuck was up with that? Like, this is a life.
I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. I think I think there was not much show there at all. I think that's the guy. I bet right now he's not much different than he was a minute ago. And I don't know how he even gets through his day. Like, how do you drive someplace 10 minutes away when you change topics every 15 seconds?
Well, he's clearly a peculiar guy. I would say he's definitely going to struggle in day-to-day life with just his sort of manic nature that I don't think is an act. Some of that was an act and some of it wasn't. He's an odd guy who puts on an act. That's what we got here. So just keep that in mind.
Dude,
man,
was the first hour of this show really good or really bad? I don't know. We've talked about having a whack pack for years.
I don't think he's whack pack material, because to be a whack packer, so this is a discussion they have on the Stern Show all the time about who is in the whack pack. They stop and, like, classify it and, like, well, this guy, but not that guy. So for one thing, they can't have a job or a regular source of income that they can keep up with. Like, if they're able to, like, follow a schedule and show up and work for a boss, they can't be in the whack pack. It's usually good if they're not really. I know he kind of fits that profile. It's usually good if they're not really even aware of where they are in the world. Like, they're just kind of in their own little world.
2 for 2.
Yeah, right. So far, we're batting 1,000.
It's also good if there's some sort of a freak. You know, they've got some sort of weird thing about them, like they fart continuously, or they queef, or they like be vomited on, or they eat glue. So there's that. But there's the other thing. There's the attention-seeking bit of him. Yeah, I think he would classify for maybe the Stern whack pack. Like he's not much different than like a high pitched Eric, I guess. He's I guess so. I don't know. I think he's putting on an act though, because I think high pitched Eric on the Stern Show is putting on an act. I don't think he's like retarded or. I mean, he's definitely off. He's peculiar, but
he's not as crazy as he's putting himself out there as.
He asked me if I'm always like this. And in my head, I'm like, motherfucker, that's the question I ask you. Like, is he always like this? He was whack packing on. Like,
some of the most smartest people would agree with him. Would he?
Yeah.
Well, that's irrefutable.
And they wouldn't take kindly to any of your idiocisms.
Not one of those idiocisms. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad we had him on. I've been wanting to talk to that guy in some way for years. Like I was with Harley in LA, like maybe I don't know how much longer after he'd had that phone call with Shoenice, and it's interesting to hear both of their versions of that phone call. But I remember like Harley's genuine opinion of that guy is that he's too crazy to work with. Because that's what he like told me in a back alley in Los Angeles while I was trying to vomit up the drinks that I had consumed for his stupid fucking show. He was like, yeah, he's really crazy. Don't deal with him. But that was fun.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.